안녕하세요. 저희는 대한민국에서
Good morning. We are from the Open Creators, the first company in Korea that have developed and selling the personal 3D printers. My name is Kang Min-young from Open Creators, and I am also a speaker, the co-founder, the Choi Jong-un. Now I'm nervous standing here, and 10 minutes are given to us. So during this time, I will tell you everything that I know about 3D printing. President Obama and Professor Jeremy Lifkins and many other people said that the 3D printer can enable the revolution of manufacturing. And many are saying that it is the protagonist of the third industrial revolution. Do you think so? You are here maybe because you are thinking of that. And why do you think so? It's because things are produced from ideas, and sometimes these things change the world. And 3D printer is a machine that has everything that makes the idea turn into things in reality. And because of that, we think that the 3D printer is the protagonist of the third industrial revolution and a major part of the new manufacturing. I will give you some examples. And someone I know had experienced a brokerage, the failure of the chemical testing equipment, and therefore they contacted the manufacturer, but the manufacturer does not sell the part only to their customers. You have to purchase the whole assembly. That is not what we do, but that was the case. So I told him that you can just use the 3D printer and produce the part. So right away, I measured the size and reinforced some weak part, and in a couple of hours, I produced a better product. And how much did it cost? Can you imagine? It was less than 100 won. With a little bit of effort, you were able to help him to save 300,000 won. And second case is the case during my class. And during this semester, I had to make a simple prototype as a team. And our theme was building a fruit peeler. As you can see here, there are many different types of fruit peelers, but we decided to use the potato peelers to build the prototype of fruit peeler. Since I had a 3D printer, and as soon as we have the design, so we could produce it and check and modify it. So it took only less than 2 weeks to produce it. This is how we did it. It peels the apple very well. And are there any people who would like to purchase this product? Yeah, I thought the same way as you did. Now, this person designed this peeler, but he was the only person who could peel off the apple like this. None of us could do that. If you have a 3D printer, you can produce the product and see yourself whether the fruit is peeled effectively or not. So today, to help you better understand this, we will show you how using the 3D printer. This is a 3D printer, but before doing the demonstration, let me tell you the basic principles of 3D printer. The feedstock is a plastic wire. You can see it here on top. And these plastic wires are drawn out into thin the threads through the nozzle in front of the machine here. And by moving the nozzle in 3 directions, X, Y, Z, then the thin layers of products are stacked on top of each other, and therefore the products are produced. That is the basic principle. To put it more simply, you know what glue gun is. The glue gun is like this nozzle. In the case of the glue gun, your hand has to control the guns, but here the 3D printer controls the nozzle to form the faces on 3 axes. Let us go back to the PowerPoint slides. To be able to use the 3D printer, so you need 3D models. If you can produce these 3D models yourself. If not, you can have them downloaded over the internet. Now, on the internet, for many 3D printer users, there is a site where you can share the 3D models. There are about 80,000 different models on the site. And here we will print a Facebook like button. Now you search and go into the relevant page, and you have the file. You download the file, and this file can be opened using the 3D printer program. Then, as you can see here, how the prints will be made can be previewed. But this model is not directly going into the 3D printer. You have to first transform the code into the language that the printer can understand. And for this program slices this model into very thin layers. And then through the computation, you produce code. And after this process, you will be able to see through which route the head will move. And when things are ready, you only need to press the print button. Then you can the printer starts to print.
네, 여기가 지금 프린트가 방금 시작된.
Yes, we have begun printing on this printer, as you can see here. And before printing the model, we are preparing the base. And a little bit later, on like this printer on the right-hand side, you can see that the model's layer is being piled up. And each layer is 0.2 millimeters. 0.2 millimeters is a very thin layer, so it's really not very easy for us to see here. And what we're trying to print here is a whistle, a blow whistle. And so once we complete this, you will be able to actually use and blow the whistle. So this pink whistle, a printed whistle, is made. Would you like to blow whistles? I personally like to blow whistles. So let me try to blow this. It sounds good, doesn't it? The 3D printer you're seeing here is this NP Mendel that we are selling right now. The users, these are the users that have used our 3D printers for document submission, for clips, or making prototypes like this camera. And after post-treatment, you can come up with this very nice-looking camera. And you can also create a robot arm. The yellow part is the frame. And also, the exterior is made using our printer. And the architectural offices, they would use our printers to make this. And some people would sell their idea products by printing these products through our printers. And this is Iron Man 3. The recent release of Iron Man 3, have you seen the movie? This is the head of the Iron Man. And lastly, this is something that I like personally most. This is modeled personally by a professor of an animation department, and the PRA model was made. It's about 50 centimeters in height. And using a 3D printer, this is something that's really possible and feasible. And so we have come through a number of different stages until we came to this point. And can you recognize this? This is one of the first printed output. This is the genesis of Hyundai Motors. It looks like noodles, don't they? But at the time, this was something that we were very, very looking forward to. But in order to resolve these quality issues, we have analyzed the nozzles. So we have gone through a number of R&D steps and trial and error. So this is the final product. And so that's how we came up with this high-quality printers, comparable to the best printers out there. So this is on the left-hand side, we have the NP Mendel printed version, and on the right-hand side, we have a international, multinational company's printer. You can see that our product is superior in terms of quality. So we are involved in the R&D of 3D printers. Why are we involved in this activity? A lot of people ask us this question. But before we answer that question, we have to talk about our dreams. So what was your dream as a child? My dream as a child was probably something. Don't take. Maybe some people still think that I'm a child, but I'm not that young. But as a child, my dream was to become a scientist or an inventor. like in the Batman movie or in 007, someone who makes those weird gadgets and things. Do you know who this person is? It's Alfred, the genius engineer in Batman. A lot of weapons and a lot of cars were invented by this person, and he was my role model. But now Tony Stark of Iron Man has become my new role model. Why? Because this Alfred engineer was doing something good for others, but Tony Stark, he makes something good and then he uses it himself. So I was inspired by that. But I found that a lot of people around me were similar to had similar dreams. We did the survey, and we did an open survey, and 19% of the responders said that their dream as a child was a scientist or an inventor. So 1 out of every 5 of you. But if we look around us, there aren't that many scientists or inventors. So why is that? Inventors or scientists? Why is it difficult to achieve as a profession? Because inventions or science are all about blowing life to ideas that are in your head. So that process is not easy. And in that process, 3D printers will be of a very big help. For instance, if you walk and if you have this very fruitful idea, and if you think that this idea will sell well, just try that on the printer and just make it a reality. So I want to make people realize their childhood dreams. So in the near future, I'm sure that our 3D printer from Open Creators will sit on your desk. And please look forward to our next product. Thank you.